If you're working harder on your job than yourself, then you won't go far in your life. So if you're daily just getting up and be like, ye kaam hai, 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 and you're not getting time to improve your skills, you're not getting time to grow your mindset, you're losing in life. You will get the job again, you will make money again, but your time is limited, and in this time, whoever will have the maximum knowledge or have done the maximum experiments or have built the maximum connections for their personal growth will win. It's as simple as that. So daily, write one thing. What are you going to do which will help you grow personally?
Today's video is a very special video. We all thought that we have so much potential to do something in life, but we were not able to do it. But that's all 2024, and that's about history. Next year is about becoming the best version of ourselves, challenging everybody, and utilizing and living to the maximum potential that we have. So for that, I live by 10 rules in my life, which I was sharing with my team members, that these are the rules that help me become irreplaceable in my work. And I think that's the most important thing we all should be striving for this year. We all should become irreplaceable in our work. These are the lessons that I've learned from my mentors, from my teachers, from the books, from my experiences, and the guests who have been on my podcast. So jitna bhi mediocrity, average life, जो सब हमने जिया है, that's all past. This year is about instant clarity, focus, and living to the maximum potential that we have. Enjoy these 10 rules, because इन 10 rules की वजह से बहुत मुझे help मिलती है to push forward and go for bigger things in life. So take out your pen and paper, and हर question and हर rule के बाद write down the things that I talk about, because I made my team do the same thing, and I actually do it myself, which has really helped me in my life. Enjoy the video and let me know in the end कैसा लगा.
ये मेरे 10 रूल हैं. These are 10 rules of how I can become irreplaceable in the world. A lot of these rules are learned by the really top, like 0.001% people in the world. Okay. Number one rule, which really helps me become irreplaceable, is I believe that it will never stop. And what do I mean by that? So all of us, or few of us, have this thing ki whatever I'm doing currently, I'm only doing till the time I have some money or something, and then I'll do something of my own. Or I'll do something truly magical. Like all of this one day will stop, and then I'll have a great life. Right? How many of you have this thought? Ki whatever I'm doing today, I'll do it till the time I'm not financially free, and then मेरी क्या set life होगी, मजा आ जाएगा. Anyone thinks like that? Okay. How many of you have ever thought that मैं X number of पैसे कमा लूँ, फिर मैं लाइफ में इतना हसल नहीं करूँगा या करूँगी? Okay. And how many of you have thought that today I am doing certain things, I'm only doing it till the time I achieve some level of stability in my life? How many of you think like that? Okay. So the mindset for it is, trust me, it will never stop. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're thinking that one day it'll stop, when I have more money, when I have more stability, when I have better job, when I have better startup, whatever that thing is, it will never, ever stop. We become and attract and do things who we truly are. So if you feel that today, that whatever you're doing, you'll stop doing it one day, trust me, there'll be something else. So I treat this as the infinite game. That this is never ending. Because here's what happens. People who think that it's going to stop, they don't function well on the bad day. They let their moods affect them. When they're low, they're like, fuck it, yaar, aaj kaam pe kaun jayega? When they're not feeling like, they're like, let it be, who cares? Versus when you think that this is what my life's going to be, probably I'm going to be doing till the deathbed, you think in a very different way. So if you think that I am going to delay living my life to the fullest and मैं कुछ चीज़ें तब करूँगा, आज नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, जब मेरे पास कुछ होगा लाइफ में, तो ये बुलशिट है. These are just excuses that you're giving to yourself. Write down today, what are the things that you truly want to do and you like to do, and start doing only that. Everything else, just eliminate it immediately. Because if you're going to keep postponing, you're just giving an excuse. Most of the times, we feel that we give excuses of family, we give excuses of time, we give excuses of money. But if you truly want to do something significant, really important people in history have never waited to do everything that they want to do. They've never waited for the time. They've never waited for family to get okay. They've never waited for money to come. They've not waited कि मेरी लाइफ में थोड़ा बैलेंस आ जाए, मेरा हेल्थ ऐसा हो जाए. If they truly want to do it, they do it. So here's what I want you to do. Write one thing, just one thing, that you feel you want to do in your life once you maybe retire, once you maybe have enough money, enough freedom, whatever that one thing is. It can be, I just want to play guitar. It can be, I want to learn more. It can be, I want to read more. I want to have more fun. I want to get obsessed with the growth. I want to learn building a business. Whatever that one thing is which you're not doing today and you would want to do, write that down. Start doing that. It may be hard. It may be difficult, but it's completely okay, because if you don't do that the most, you're going to lose in life. Whatever is the thing that gives me the maximum purpose, I do that. Because if I don't do that, I feel empty, I feel lonely, I feel lack of self-worth. I feel कि यार मैं फ्रस्ट्रेट हो रहा हूँ, मैं क्या करूँ लाइफ में, मतलब चल नहीं रहा है मेरे से. रोज़ किसी ना किसी के ताने सुनता हूँ, रोज़ किसी की बातें सुनता हूँ, क्यों काम कर रहा हूँ, क्यों करना है इतना और क्यों. I keep questioning myself. But when I do that one task, I really enjoy. Now for a lot of people, you might not even have something that gives you true purpose, right? So the other way around is, whatever you're doing and you enjoy the most today, start loving that fully and think that this is never ending. Because when you operate from that mindset, you beat everyone else who operates from that mindset. People who play finite games and limited games are always the losers in the long run versus people who play infinite game. I'm very confident about the game I'm playing. I'm going to win. Because here's the thing. I love helping people change their perspectives so that they can think and dream bigger and they can achieve bigger. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I love doing that. Okay. Now, anyone else who's doing this as a job will lose because I have more passion. Let's say anyone who has a passion, has more skills, will lose on a bad day, because even on a bad day, I would want to do this. Anyone who works on a bad day, gets on and on again and again 24/7, will feel burnout one day. I won't. So I will outlast them. What is that one thing for you that you will outlast everybody else for? So that's the first mindset. That's a rule which helps me. Number two, this rule for me was the hardest to overcome, which I believe makes anyone and everyone who applies this in their life, makes them irreplaceable in the world and makes them truly unstoppable. The rule is, don't get hurt. And what I mean by that, in every situation, wherever we want to feel amazing and we want to feel nice and we don't feel that, we get hurt. We're like, oh, मुझसे यार मेरी opportunity ले ली. We're like, यार ये ना ये बड़े शहर से आया है ना, इसकी वजह से इसको राइट मिलता है. यार ये पता है इन लोगों के पास ना प्रिविलेज लोग हैं ना, इनके पास पैसा ज़्यादा है इसलिए होता है. या मे बी ये कंपनी में पहले से ना तो इसकी बात सुनते हैं, इसका आइडिया मेरा आइडिया ज़्यादा बेटर है. एंड दैट्स व्हाट एक्चुअली मेक्स यू वीक. एंड द वीकर यू आर, द मोर यू गेट हर्ट, the more you'll suppress your emotions. The more you suppress your emotions, you won't let your original ideas come out. And if you don't let your original ideas come out, you won't have a stand. And if you don't have a stand, you'll be replaceable in an organization. So you want to become irreplaceable, stop getting hurt. So here's what I want you to write. What is that one thing which hurts me the most in my life? किसी ने बेइज्जती करी, किसी ने नेग्लेक्ट किया, किसी ने मुझसे आवाज़ तेज़ करके बात कर ली, किसी ने मेरी फीलिंग्स नहीं समझने की कोशिश करी, किसी ने मेरे आइडिया नहीं सुना, किसी ने मेरी अपॉर्चुनिटी किसी और को दे दी. Now that you know what hurts you the most, I want you to become shameless on this thing. From today, decide that I will get hurt by maybe 20 other things. But for next 1 year, I won't get hurt by this. In no matter which situation. If that situation is in office, I won't get hurt. It's in my private relationship, personal relationship, I won't get hurt. If my parents do that, I won't get hurt. If strangers do that, I won't get hurt. I won't get hurt because of this one thing. Write that down. Rule number 3, which is a very strong rule. Listen to it carefully and do this exercise with me because it's a lot of exercises, right? Everyone watching this, everyone listening to me right now, do this. Don't get hurt by the sentence I'm gonna say. Live as if your mother and father were dead. And here's what I mean by that. Every human being should love their parents, yet be free from the expectations and the criticism which parents give them. And knowingly or unknowingly, you try to live up to them, and that's why you're not free. That's why you can't operate from the free mindset. Let me make it more deeper for you so that you get the better perspective. What are the top 3 expectations which your parents have from you? Write that down. Maybe they want you to live with them till the retirement. Maybe they want you to build lot of financial capital for them and the family. Maybe they want you to marry someone who they want you to marry. Now, there's the next question. What are the top 3 criticisms that since childhood your parents knowingly or unknowingly have been reminding you? तू मे बी हमारी बात नहीं सुनता, तू मे बी निकम्मा है, तू तो बिगड़ गया है, तू बिगड़ गई है, या आजकल के बच्चे ऐसे हो गए हैं, ऐसे घर लड़की ऐसे नहीं करती, लड़के ये नहीं करते, इस टाइम तक तुमने शादी नहीं करी तो तुम ये नहीं हो रहे. व्हाट आर दीज क्रिटिसिज्म जो इधर उधर तुमने तुम्हारे घर से सुने? हियर्स वन क्वेश्चन आई वांटेड टू आंसर टू फिनिश दिस ऑफ. इफ यू वर ट्रूली fearless, if you were truly limitless, there was nothing stopping you, there were nobody judging you, what would be that one thing that you haven't done till now and you would do? It can be as simple as, I would color my hair this way, I would walk up in front of my parents this way, I will leave my career and do something that I really, really admire and enjoy. कुछ भी हो सकता है. If you don't have it, it's brilliant. If you have it, then do that one thing without telling anyone and see how it feels. Now that doesn't mean that, oh, मेरे माँ बाप drugs किया गया इसलिए तो मैं drug कर लेता हूँ. Like, don't. Something positive. Let's keep it that way. Rule number 4. What's your slight edge? What's your slight edge? And whatever it is, don't fake it in the world. Be real to it. Now, what do I mean by that? Like, are you earning at the maximum potential that you have as a human being? Are you earning that today? Yes or no? Are you earning what top 1% of the people earn in your field? Let's say if your field is content strategist, do you earn top 1% of a content strategist? Now, write that down. What do you think is stopping you to reach that top 1% or reach that maximum potential which you have as a human being, which is why you're not able to earn that much? Okay, here's what I want you to do, okay? There are several ways to look at this. Let's pick up video editing, okay, because maximum people are there. Are you in the top 1% of video editors in your company? If that's the answer, then first tick is done. Then we go upper. Are you earning top 1% of what top 1% editors earn in the podcasting field? You know, yes or no. If you're earning that, then are you the one who is top 1% in the field of social media, let's say if that is sorted, then you do. Are you in the top 1% in the country for video editing for every field? And if that is also sorted, then you do. Are you the top 1% in the world? So whichever circle you are in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? You only think about the next circle. Wherever you are today, what's your next circle? And for that, what is stopping you? Write that down. Write 3 things that you think is your limitation, which is stopping you to really reach your edge. Now, whatever your 3 limitations are, that's your edge. तुम इतना ही कर सकते हो. Now the good thing is that you know कि तुम कितना करते हो और क्या तुम्हें stop कर रहा है और तुम्हें क्या break करना है. And the most important person and the most valuable person is the one who knows what are my limitations and what is my capacity and what do I need to achieve to go from where I am at, what's my edge, and how do I push that edge to get out of the circle. Because here's what happens. Most of the people don't know what their capacity is. But out of them, most of the people who know what their capacity is, they either pretend to know more and live in a delusion कि मुझे सब पता है, ये सब क्या फालतू बातें, ठीक है. They try to pretend and other people catch this bullshit. And many people, they don't even know what they're capable of, so they live under the radar and they're like, चलने दो जैसी जिंदगी चल रही है. Who cares? If you don't know your edge, start writing down कि मेरे को आज किस चीज़ के लिए वैल्यू किया जाता है दुनिया में. It can be work, it can be relationships, it can be anything. Why are you valued? Are you valued because you do your task well? No. You are valued because you do something which other people can't. Or you're just a piece of convenience. You'll be replaced by somebody else. तुम्हारे जैसा कोई भी और कुछ कर सकता है. It's just कि people see that अभी के लिए काम चल रहा है तो इससे चला लो. Are you that person? कि तुमसे सिर्फ काम चल रहा है? कि are you that person who can't be changed? These are the questions you need to answer yourself. And if you're on the spectrum that कहीं पे भी मैं replace हो सकता हूँ या हो सकती हूँ, trust me, if you become an entrepreneur or do a job or do freelancing or run an agency, no matter what you do, you'll be replaced, you'll be always unhappy. You'll always live with this insecurity कि कभी भी मेरे को लात पड़ सकती है. Even if you run your own business. Because somebody else will come and take your clients off. If you're in a job, you'll be replaced quickly because somebody will come, either cut on price or do something better than you, you'll be replaced. So think about what's your edge and how you can push it to make it better. Rule number 5, write down morning to night. What do you do? And what I mean by that, ऐसे मत लिखना कि सुबह उठा, बाथरूम गया, ब्रश किया, पॉटी करी, ये किया. Like don't do that. Just write like, I wake up, I read, I run, I go to work. Whatever the big bucket is. It can be, मैं उठता हूँ, मैं travel करता हूँ, काम करता हूँ, वापस घर आ जाता हूँ. Now mark those things which is actually making you better and is taking you closer to the 1% dream or the goal that you have. How many of you have more than 5 things in your day which is helping you get more focused and more inspired and living a dream life? How many of you have at least 3 things? Brilliant. Nobody. That means the rule number 5 is you don't have blinders on. You know who really win? The people who are really, really focused and inspired for a very long time. And you're not, because you don't have blinders on. How do you build blinders around you? By creating an environment. So this is you. Are you surrounded by the books that you grow and get inspired? Are you surrounded by podcasts that you do? Are you surrounded by people that help you grow? Are you surrounded by traveling to places that you go? Are you surrounded by the kind of content you consume every day? Are you having the right conversations with the people which help you grow? Are you traveling to the places which help you grow? Are you reading the books that help you grow? Are you watching the content that help you grow? Are you doing any of it? It means you don't have blinders on. If you don't have that, you won't get daily inspiration. You won't get actually focused. You won't be able to push out of your zone and become truly irreplaceable. You come to work, you do your work, and then you go back home. You know how many people do this? 9% people. Are you better than 99%? No. So start with having at least one activity which is helping you put a blinder on, and it's truly surrounding you towards the goals that you have. Rule number 6, stop pleasing people. Stop making decisions because you want to please people. Whether it's your girlfriend, boyfriend, boss, mom, dad, friends, client, whoever. Never make decision just to please someone. Here's what I mean by that. Okay. If somebody gives you a good suggestion, you take it and you feel that whether you like it or no. If you like it, then based on that new perspective, you take a decision, that's okay. But if you're taking a decision just because I don't agree with it, but yaar, iske liye kar dete hain. You're betraying yourself. So you're making yourself weak. And when you make yourself weak, nobody in the world trusts you. Because here's what you're signaling to the world. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go with your decision because I don't trust my decision. And if you don't trust your decision, how do you expect other people to trust you? So if you're just to please somebody, maybe to land a client, maybe to land that promotion, maybe to get just ahead in organization, maybe just to get that girl or a guy, if you're doing pleasing and not taking your own decisions and you're just swaying away, getting distracted by it, and you train your brain to keep telling that it's always good to not take the difficult decisions. And if your brain is not trained to take difficult decisions, you'll never have a stance. And if you don't have a stance, somebody else who has a stance will be more powerful, will be more assertive, and will replace you in your job. Because they're known for taking decisions what they believe in. So I've done that a lot to please other people because I feel isse mera kaam ho jayega. And then later I felt suffocated. Because here's what happened. I decide that I'm going to go with it just to please this one person and take their decision. And then when the decision is wrong, I feel bad about myself that shit. I thought so. I should have done it. Now I feel even worse. Zyada kya hota? I would have taken my decision. I would have gone wrong. And if I would have gotten wrong, I would have learned from it to grow from it so that I could never make that mistake. But agar kisi aur ke liye kar liya, to I'm dead. So make sure that from today you don't do anything which is just to please other people. So number 7, your purpose should come before your world relationship. Here's what I mean by it. How many times you have sacrificed on your work or the purpose or the thing that gives you joy the most because you say, hey, I wanted to spend more time with my family. Because I want to spend more time with my people, with my wife, with my husband, with my girlfriend, with my boyfriend. Here's what happens. You sacrifice on that. You give an excuse to spend time with them. When you're with them, then you're thinking constantly about work. So you're not present there, you're not present here. In both the places, you just are giving nothing. If at any point you feel that मेरे को ना time ज़्यादा spend करना है मेरी personal life में, you actually tone down the ambition that comes out of your mouth, which is completely okay. Most of the people, here's what they do. They have big ambitions. They talk about changing the world and building the big purpose. And then they give an excuse for the lack of discipline that they have. And they put that excuse like, hey, I didn't do it because of my family. I didn't do it because of my girlfriend duties or boyfriend duties. I didn't do it because of my XYZ duty. You're doing injustice to yourself. You're doing injustice to your potential. You're doing injustice to your purpose. And you're doing injustice to your relationships because they are not bearing the fruits of your maximum potential. If you would have actually truly lived your purpose Do you think your parents would have a better life? Yes. Do you think your partner will have a better life? Yes. Do you think personally, mentally, emotionally, financially, you will feel more secure and nice? Yes. But you don't do it because your lack of discipline gives you some sort of excuse, and that excuse most of the time is given on a relationship. मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, क्यों? क्योंकि घर में इतना टाइम देना पड़ता है. मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, क्यों? क्योंकि घर में इतने भेजने पड़ते हैं. मेरे को ना खुद की ग्रोथ पे टाइम नहीं मिल रहा, क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे इतने सारे घर के चोर्स करने पड़ते हैं. Stop giving these excuses that I sacrifice this because of my relationship. Have you ever done that in your own head? I don't go out with my friends because काम बहुत है. या I go out with my friends and be like, oh नहीं हुआ काम, डेडलाइन पे नहीं हुआ क्योंकि दोस्तों के साथ पार्टी ज़्यादा कर ली थी. Have you ever done that? Any of it? We all have. We all have at some point. Stop doing that from today, because once you start living from that point of view, you truly enjoy, and once you truly enjoy, you get in the good zone. Okay, so that's 7. This everybody should do. If you don't want to follow any rule, number 8 is for everybody. Become friends with people who call out on your mediocrity. So if you don't have those friends, find a colleague. If you don't have that, find a family member or a cousin. If you don't trust them, find out a stranger in next 1 week, give yourself a task and find somebody. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to sit with them once a week for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes and tell them, this is what my goals are and this is why I'm not able to achieve it. And talk about all the excuses and the problems that you have because of why you're not able to achieve it, and let them call it out. And you do the same with them. So let's say if 2 people are here, you become friends, and every week you tell कि ये 2-3 चीज़ें करनी थी, ये नहीं कर पाया मैं या नहीं कर पाई, and what do you think why I was not able to do it, and let that person call it out. And every time you sound mediocre, you sound average, you sound that it's just your own made up excuse, let your friends call it out. And you need to enjoy that process. You don't need to get hurt by it. A lot of people, when they have friends, they give them feedback, they get hurt. इसने कैसे बोल दिया, तू क्या करता है बे? तेरी क्या औकात मेरे सामने, right? Like you maybe not say this, but in your head you think like, ये क्यों मुझे ज्ञान दे रहा है bro? Like इसका क्या है? Enjoy when somebody calls you out for your mediocrity. So from today, have that one person. Give yourself this task कि एक तो होगा. It can be either in the organization, it can be outside in the world, it can be your boyfriend, girlfriend, families, whoever. I would really appreciate or maybe encourage that you have somebody in your life who's apart from your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. If you have a friend, that it's much better. If you have a colleague, then it's much better. Because usually the couples who are not very mature, who have not gone through their own learnings, when you start telling them that this is your limitation, they'll start calling out that limitation in middle of a fight, and it won't be a pretty scene. If you're a mature couple, you think that you've reached that point in your life, go do it. But if you're someone who's just in a relationship 1, 2, 3 years in, please don't. Find out a friend or a colleague who's different than just your partner. Okay? So have a friend or maybe set of friends who call you out on your mediocrity. This is number 9. Are you too caught up with your daily operations? If you are, then don't. And here's a quote that I really, really like, okay? How many of you have heard of Jim Rohn? So he said something very interesting. If you're working harder on your job than yourself, then you won't go far in your life. So if you're daily just getting up and be like, ye kaam hai, 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 and you're not getting time to improve your skills, you're not getting time to grow your mindset, you're not getting time to actually work on the things that you lack, you're losing in life. You'll get the job again. You'll make money again. But your time is limited, and in this time, whoever will have the maximum knowledge or have done the maximum experiments or have built the maximum connections for their personal growth will win. It's as simple as that. So daily, write one thing. What are you going to do which will help you grow personally? And number 10, with the most important rule of all, the all-in behavior. When you go all in, it just, you don't have a plan B. You don't think about anything. If you're doing something, do it with your heart and passion, or else if you feel like कि नहीं जम रहा, छोड़ दो. Do something else. Doing something with an all-in behavior for 1 month is way better than doing something for 1 year without having this attitude. तो तुम 1 साल अपने आप को परेशान कर रहे हो, घिस रहे हो, कोई मतलब नहीं है. कोई 1 महीने में आके बैंड बजा देगा. It's true for podcast, it's true for life, it's true for relationship, it's true for health, it's true for everything. So if you want to truly become the top 1% in the world, you command that status, that you choose where you want to be. You choose what job you want to do. You choose what business you want to be in. You choose the kind of work you want to do. You can only do that when you are going with all-in behavior. This has a lot of risk involved in it, but it has the maximum reward as well. Top 1% people are delusional. They only think about rewards. They only think that if I go all in, ये workout ही होगा मेरे लिए. So whatever you're doing, if you're not liking that, change it today. But if you're doing it and if you're said कि ये करना है, इससे मुझे रास्ता दिखेगा आगे जाने का, तो आज में भी मेरे पास मेरे बहुत बड़े ड्रीम्स हैं. मुझे 1000 करोड़ कमाने, 10,000 करोड़ कमाने. आई वांट टू बी द रिचेस्ट पर्सन ऑन प्लैनेट अर्थ. बट मुझे उसका प्लान नहीं पता वहाँ तक कैसे जाना है. मेरे फ्रंट में सिर्फ ये जो कर रहा हूँ and I like it. Do it with such a passion that you will show at the time when you'll be making millions of dollars. Because if you don't do that today, तुम तब भी नहीं करोगे. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. तुम half-heartedly अपने काम में हो, तुम half-heartedly अपनी relationships में होगे, तुम half-heartedly अपने health में होगे, तुम half-heartedly अपने परिवार वालों के साथ होगे, हर जगह तुम half-heartedly देखोगे. तुम्हें किसी चीज़ से कभी इतना ढंग से रिजल्ट ही नहीं मिलेंगे, बिकॉज ऑलवेज यू आर जस्ट गोइंग ट्राइंग टू बी हाफ प्रेग्नेंट एंड देयर इज नथिंग लाइक हाफ प्रेग्नेंट. सो गो ऑल इन, एंड दैट्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रूल इन लाइफ, नो मैटर व्हाट यू डू. So these are my 10 rules for becoming irreplaceable in 2025. You need to actually jot down these rules and start following as much as you can in your life, because the more you do, the faster you do, the better you become. Thank you. Let's go. Chalo.